It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Aldi and it's a can of their Studio 51 IPA coming in at 5.5% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. Nice bright can, does the job, makes you want to kind of pull the beer off the supermarket shelf, put it in your trolley. This beer was £1.25 in my local Aldi. It's produced by Williams Brothers Brewing Company, which they seem very closely tied to Aldi these days. Does Williams Brothers produce a lot of beer for Aldi? I mean, why wouldn't they? If you could strike up a relationship like that, then all good. My only thing with it is, I would say that it would have to be good beer. It would have to be really good beer. It's not going to do Aldi or Williams Brothers Brewing Company any good for reputation if they produce substandard beers. And what I've had so far from Aldi is a few decent beers and I've had a few sink pours. And I just think going forward, and hopefully going forward means right here, right now, hopefully we can see progress and hopefully we can see a little bit more consistency from, I would say, more Aldi's part. Because in terms of this relationship, Williams Brothers have their hands tied to a certain extent because they're told to produce a beer that sits on the shelf for £1.25 a can. If you hit other supermarkets around the UK, you can expect to pay Asda £2.50, Morrison's £3 to £3.50, similar Tesco £3 to £3.50, 440 milliliter can, mind, I'm talking about that price, but there's a certain jump in price. So it's not so much the fault of Williams Brothers, but the fault of maybe, hopefully it's a decent beer and there's no fault at all. But it all boils down to the fact that it's price. But that's what you're going to get from a discount supermarket. You're going to get a massive kind of price reduction in the beer. And let's see if we can hold on to some kind of quality. 5.5% ABV, good levels of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass, one finger white head. It's a light amber coloured beer, very clear to look at. Let's get the aroma. What was I saying about hope? Very malty. Very, very malty for an IPA. I'm even picking up a detection of butterscotch, and that's... Again, is that Williams Brothers being pressurised by Aldi to put this beer on the supermarket shelf at this specific time? Which means that they've got to stop the brewing process, which means there's a chance of diacetyl, an infection getting into the beer. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm 100% correct in laying the whole blame on Aldi's door, but I remember Williams Brothers Brewing Company is a much, much better brewery than this and producing much, much better beer. I'm going to go back to my previous statement and say, just judging by the aroma, the diacetyl in the aroma, it is not reflecting well. It's not reflecting well on Williams Brothers Brewing Company. Let's dive in. Cheers. Awful. Not great. Not great. Buttery. Kind of, it's like a lactosey, buttery. First thing you get is carbonation pushing the beer on the inside of the mouth. And then you get like this buttery, lactosey kind of middle. And then you're kind of left with cat making a noise. There's a little bit of stinging nettle hop flavour coming through. There's a little bit of hoppiness coming through in terms of, there's a little bit of lemon, a little bit of grapefruit, but there's not much. There's not much at all. It's me being honest as I possibly can. It's a tough call. It's a tough call because although I'm saying it was £1.25 a can, and there's a lot of cost pressure on this particular beer, you look at the likes of Thornbridge with their Jamestown, and you look at some of the other, what's the other brewery? Evil Twin. Evil Twin do a box beer, so you buy 4 cans for, they're £2 for £9 in Tesco. So you're buying 4 330ml beers. I'm going to go and sort the cat out. He's a very loud cat. He's very vocal. I was just watching him. I thought, I got time to fit a review in. He's sitting in the armchair in the sun. He's not going to go anywhere. Press record. A couple of minutes in. He wants to go out. He must have seen another cat out the window. But once he wants to go out, he's extremely vocal. Really vocal about it. But yeah, what was I saying? The Evil Twin do a box, 4 cans or 2 4-can boxes for £9. As do Thornbridge with their Jamestown. That works out at £1.12 a can. And the beer is incredible. The beer is absolutely incredible for that £1.12 a can. So it can be done. That was an accidental pun. Can be done. It can be done. I just don't know. Maybe I'm just struggling. I'm struggling to think of a way forward for Williams Brothers. If they ever wanted to produce canned craft beer in like a 440, 500ml can. I've had a stout back in the summer in Lidl that was really quite tasty from Williams Brothers. But there's no doubt, this sort of tie-up, this cost pressure tie-up with Aldi is only going to harm one company. Will only harm one company. It won't harm Aldi. It won't harm Aldi because in all due respect, I shop in Aldi, I shop in Lidl. You can pick up some great Weiss beers and some great Pilsners, and that's what they're very good at producing. But if you want to try something a little bit different, this type of thing, this beer will not harm Aldi's reputation. It might harm their reputation in terms of, I'm not really going to be that bothered about buying their beer, but it won't stop me shopping there. But for Williams Brothers, it's very harmful. It's very harmful because you read Williams Brothers on the back. This is not the first time. This is not the first time that I've had a quite, if I'm frank, a quite awful beer from Williams Brothers that has been produced for Aldi. And if they do decide to go down the road of producing high quality craft beer, then people are going to be like, I may not bother with that because it was made by Williams Brothers. So, yeah, Studio 54 IPA, what do they say about it? Celebrating the classic era of disco, Studio 54 pours golden and glittering and struts with a hop forward profile delivered by, and here we go, Magnum for bittering, Citra and Chinook in the Whirlpool, and a hop rocket edition of Simcoe. Simcoe, Citra, Chinook, Magnum. That's what they're saying on the back of the can. You sip the beer, you drink the beer. It's a big old malty mess. What they should have done was just list the amount of malts that they put on the back of the can. if you are somebody that just wants a relatively cheap IPA, you're not too concerned about, or massively concerned about flavour and taste, then you'll probably get away with this. You'll probably enjoy this. But for me, there's too many faults in the beer. There's just too many faults in the beer. From the diacetyl, the butterscotch, the fact that they're talking about all of these Whirlpool hops on the back, and Citra and Simcoe and all these, you know. Let's get it right first. Citra, Chinook, Simcoe. Sounds like a dream. Sounds like an absolute craft beer drinker's dream on the back of that can, but when you put it in your mouth, it very much turns into a nightmare. Quickly. I'm going to rate it as a very, very poor 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.